To tackle climate change, the world needs to move from fossil fuels like coal to clean energy. However, this transition may bring about negative impacts for workers employed in these industries and communities living in fossil fuel-dependent areas, and affect the stability and sufficiency of the energy system itself. A just energy transition is a guiding principle to help navigate this complex journey. Stakeholders on the ground face difficult decisions as they seek to balance a climate-friendly transition with energy security. A new social simulation game highlights the challenges these stakeholders face, offering insights into the difficult trade-offs and competing priorities involved in navigating such a transition. The social simulation is a multiplayer strategy game in which there will be no winners or losers. Instead, the goal is to deepen the player's understanding of a just energy transition and allow them to explore the dynamics involved in these processes, both those already unfolding and those that may emerge in the future. The game is based in a fictional coal region, Carbonia, which has been dependent on coal for the past few decades, but is now aiming to transition away from it. The game unfolds over several rounds. Each player is assigned a specific stakeholder role, ranging from national and local government to representatives of coal companies, research institutions, development organizations, local communities, and journalists. These groups have diverse interests, capacities, and financial means, and must make decisions and engage in negotiation with others to achieve their goals. The decisions they make will shape the future of Carbonia. For example, the national government needs to implement regulatory reforms to promote renewable energy deployments, which will reduce coal reliance. Meanwhile, energy and mining companies must adjust to this transition, both ensuring electricity supply meets electricity demand and preparing coal workers for a renewable future. When a coal mining company chooses to provide retraining and career counseling to help workers transition to new industries, this will help build a skilled workforce and enhance the quality of life of communities. When journalists cover a certain stakeholder, this will boost their reputation, increase their influence, and potentially unlock additional resources. During the game, players must consider their interests, resources, and the external effects of their actions. As in real life, these decisions will have consequences for biodiversity, local economic growth, and other aspects. By navigating complexities and observing consequences, players will chart the path forward for Carbonia's energy transition journey.
In my view, the key learnings that are possible with the game is one on the complexity. The process of a just energy transition is a very complex process. Many things interact, from the energy transition, the economic transition, social changes, and we try to mirror that complexity within the game. Of course, make it simpler as reality so that it's playable, but we try to make it as complex as possible so that the participants who play it get an understanding of, oh, there are maybe unintended side effects of their actions in that whole complexity. And the other element which we want to give the participants a possibility is to step in someone else's shoes, right? They can take the perspective of another person by playing that other stakeholder. And so they understand a little bit better of what do they want, what are their possibilities, what are their constraints, so that when they're back in real life, they can collaborate better because they understand how the other stakeholders work, and we hope that they can then collaborate better and find better solutions.
Nama saya Sigit Widakdo.
My name is Sigit Widakdo. I am from an NGO. Here, I represented the Federation of Mining Trade Unions.
Pelajarannya kita lebih luas.
The key takeaway from this game is we have a broader perspective and understand the interconnected impacts. We usually only see issues from one perspective based on our own job. For example, I am from an environmental and community empowerment organization. I look at energy transition through the lens of environmental impact and local communities only. In this game, where I played as a member of trade union, I can see from other points of view, from workers, governments, and even local businesses and entrepreneurs.
Nama saya
My name is Ira Rihatini. I played in development groups.
jadi dari
During the game, I chose to invest in air quality improvement, but it had no effect because biodiversity improvement was required first. From this, I learned that environmental restoration may not lead to immediate results. Instead, there are steps or stages that must be completed first for optimal results. The takeaway is cross-sectoral cooperation. Funding must be allocated to the most appropriate sector, and this sector must collaborate with other sectors to get great results.
Saya
I am Kemas Ali Hanafia. Today, I played the role of a city council member.
game hari ini game yang baru
The game is interesting and very useful for understanding the function of each institution. We will achieve good results when we all understand the goal and can work together effectively.
Saya Sri Badaria.
I am Sri Badaria. I played a role in the Federation of Mining Trade Unions.
Di sini permainannya
The game is superb. Here, we can see the prospects of the next decades and how things will turn out if the mine reserves run out. We can identify which potential sectors to improve to replace mining.
Baik, nama saya
My name is Iwan Gunawan Syaputra. My role during the game was to represent a sustainable energy research center.
kan tadi pelajaran dari moderator tadi Pak, tidak.
Earlier, the facilitator said there are no losers, there are no winners. With this mindset, we can see the main priority. For example, I had many research coins, while other groups had none, and asked, we need 5 coins, we need 10, so we gave them. Then we connected. Let's say if we were selfish and said, no, why would I give you mine? This highlights the teamwork and thinking about other groups are important. We cannot be selfish and we cannot work alone.
So far we have implemented the game in 2 countries with various groups. One was in Colombia and now here just in Indonesia. We want to run the game in several other coal-producing and coal-consuming countries like South Africa, but also the other countries that the IKI JET project is active in.
This game is open to anyone and helps players understand what implementing a just energy transition looks like in practice. Those interested in playing can reach out to Wuppertal Institute to help facilitate the simulation game.